just knocked out, sleep. Motherfuckers keep calling the phone. So I woke up to Discretion TV, and it's Tupac AI movie has a body double, and it's called Enter Machiavelli Decoded. Um, what you guys got to realize, I always been saying, I don't give a fuck what the fuck going on, how it's going on. Pac was militant minded, come from the Panthers. He was their last hope, for a great king. And we all know at his age, even before 25, before the death, he was smart. Motherfucking notifications finna start popping in. Every time I get online, that's when these notifications pop up. Like, what the fuck? Um, we got to think about the MGM studio at the MGM at Tyson fight. We got to think about how it's one pot going this way and another pot going this way, and they like glance at each other, add words, and kept it moving. Then we got to also think about Pac got this orange shirt on, right, with his chain. But then later on, you see a whole nother scenario with him holding the chain in his hand and an orange and white Pelly Pale shirt on. Then you see the infamous um, jersey when he got shot. Or was that him that got shot? What you got to understand is, see, this video that they got on Discretion TV is an hour and 30 minutes. So when I woke up, I was like in and out. I was hearing bits and pieces. Go over to Discretion TV. I'm going to play snippets. It's not going to be what you think, but it's going to be for what I got to say. And you hit on here with the AI shit that something about going underground, the Tropicana, getting the fuck on. I just know, Val, you be on a lot. You and Del Rey be on head to head with this shit. But lately, I've been coming over to your channel for the simple fact you've been having other shit, and then you've been having Reggie fat ass, on the interview talking to him or whatever the case may be. Hey Reggie, I want to interview your puss ass too, and it ain't about no clout, none of that. I got some shit I want to ask you. I just want to know if you answer me. You know, this go to Kenya Webb. I had to think about what you said on the video about motherfuckers don't know shit, shut the fuck up. They getting all on here saying shit and turning and twisting shit all up. I get it. I get it. But fuck all that. When you got Pac fans, they want to know. When you got motherfuckers that'll ride, you got motherfuckers that will still to this day come get your bitch ass over Pac. So regardless if he alive or dead, a motherfucker would still come get you. So I'm gonna say this. I don't think he did. When a motherfucker name theyself not Machiavelli, but Machiavelli, from Machiavelli, then I feel like the motherfucker was on something. You got to realize, Pac got bonded out of jail for $1.4 million through Suge and Death Row. Let's get that straight. That's number one. Number two is, what we got to realize is that this nigga knew he was out on bond. And he knew if he do any little thing, he was going back. So think about the Vegas shit. Think about Trayvon Lane coming whispering, oh, well, they Southside, and a motherfucker here to kill your ass. And Pac go march off and you Southside? Man, get the fuck out of here. All that shit was staged. All that shit with the number 13 missing on the jersey, all that goofy ass shit. All that shit was staged, y'all. That shit was staged. Orlando Anderson was there for the bullshit. Meaning, he was there for the setup. Meaning, he was there so they could do this shit so Pac could exit up out of here. You see what it say? Enter Machiavelli. Exit Tupac. You got to make it make sense, y'all. I just look at it like this: that there was so much shit going on back then. Pac knew he to put his hands and feet on that boy. He was going back to jail. You in Vegas. Cameras. You don't think they know this? I'm getting the fuck off for good. Years ago, I want to say about 20, ever since Pac was gone, good 8, 9 years passed by. Let's just say 2001, 2, I guess should come home or whatever. That's when he got the bracelet with the handcuff. I was not just told, but I read on some shit. Somebody was down there in Africa sending Suge diamonds and shit. Motherfuckers don't talk about that. That shit I never heard about anymore after I heard it that time. The connects are Cuba, Malaysia, Africa, Jamaica. You don't know. Pac faked his death. He could be anywhere moving around this bitch. He could be in Chicago for all I know. But one thing I will tell you is that there was a lot of players up with this shit with Pac getting out. Pac knew them people was at him. Pac knew it was FBI agents in death row. He knew this. Somebody was in Pac's ear about you, Snoop. No matter how I try to tie you in with the play that you was down with your homie, it still turns around to you was up with the bullshit to see him gone because of your heart. You was jealous, bitch. I get in the ring with you, Snoop. Fuck Ray J now. I'll murder their ass in the ring. I get in the ring with you, Joe. I beat the truth out your monkey ass, nigga. Real life shit, nigga. I smoke, you smoke, what? Papers, what? Y'all smoke them raw cones and the raw papers and 1.5s and shit. Bitch, I smoke woods, 3.5 grams. Tray fives, whole tray five in this motherfucker. Real life shit. I'm a smoker. Fuck wrong with you. Snoop, fuck you. This was a zip. This was a whole zip. It's gone. That's it. I gotta get some more tomorrow. If I feel like even going out tomorrow. Let me play this shit though, because I'm in my feelings right now because you motherfuckers.
You're trying to change the whole story of the narrative, what actually happened, and he was not there. During that situation,
get fucking with. Come on. Pito. This is not a drill.
Copyrighted, not my shit. Discretion TV.
$27.
Snoop, who everyone knew at the time, wanted Tupac dead.
Whoa. I ain't heard none of this. I haven't even played this shit. I told you I woke up to this shit. But I am gonna like this shit right now. Because it made me open my eyes. But you just heard this come from out of Suge's mouth. Snoop wanted Pac dead. Probably not at first. But as Pac started going up the line, up in death row, and shit was changing, Pac was an animal, a beast. He knew how to go in there. We're going to do this, do this, do this, do this, do this. Motherfucker come back later. They know what they got to do, remix that shit, and we're going to go on to the next one. That's just how his work ethic was. I think you didn't like that, Snoop. Cause he was coming change and shit. And then he hot. But you did a few songs with Pac, right? That's some songs with Pac. Y'all got songs. Y'all probably still got music. Whoever this bitch is on Snapchat, boy, I gotta go in there. I don't even know this bitch. And every time I look up, she posting something every 2 seconds. Fucking my shit up. But I know y'all got more music, cause Daz has said his music with Pac with other people on it. Not just him, you or other people. What you shoulda did, little nigger. And I know y'all was young back then. Jealousy is a motherfucker, especially when you the hottest motherfucking rapper around. And being the hottest rapper around will make you feel some type of way another motherfucker taking that light from you. Niggas don't like that shit. I like sharing lights and shit. You know, if I got it, I want you to have it. Why wouldn't I want you to have it? Even if you get more than me, so good, bitch. Now invest.
No. Had a meeting with Daz, Corrupt, Nate Dogg, the Dog Pound. Said, we're not going to Vegas. This is their words, not mine. We're not going to Vegas because basically something's going to happen. Somebody's going to get killed, right? So, Corrupt tells the story, Daz tells the story, Warren G tells the story. Now, with
I gotta pause again. I'll look up. I see the MTV Music Awards, Snoop and Pac. You know, the famous videos of them at MTV Video. You know, walking Pac with his little walkie-talkie. You know, Snoop coming there looking like the Undertaker, but it's only one taker, and he ain't him. And get that shit straight. Goat mouth motherfucker. Like on some real life shit, Joe. I believe that shit though. You was jealous, man. That nigga gotta go, Joe. Man, Joe, look, it's the play, but no matter how much I try to ride with that shit, Snoop, I'm not seeing it. You know the reason why I ain't seeing it? Cause a nigga that want a nigga out the way, he got his light back. Why would you leave Death Row? Cause the motherfucker didn't kill Suge. They got Pac out the way, but they didn't get Suge. You still wouldn't have left, cause now you know you the hottest thing smoking. And you know, motherfuckers fuck with P from down there. You know what I'm saying? Just like motherfucker fuck with Birdman now. But there is a but. You went over to No Limit. That wasn't you, dog. And then you wait till you get this older, you get Death Row, even though you're gonna sell that shit. You did too much of shit, Joe, that brought you, made you top dog. You did shit with Pharrell. Beautiful. I just want you to know you my favorite girl. Come on, man. Motherfuckers was playing that shit all out they windows in the city. That's why they say the past is the past and you gotta leave shit in the past. I think everything just for clicks and views around this bitch at this point. I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing FBI being in the entourage that night. I'm not seeing it. I'm just not seeing it. Michael Moore died. Frank died. Hey, Straight Game and Discretion TV, y'all still ain't found Frank niece for y'all to do an interview with that young lady. Y'all need to interview her because she was around death row at the end when all this shit was transpiring. Need to interview her, y'all. Get on that shit, y'all.
Dad says, when Snoop said day after day, we can't go to Vegas, we just gonna get those niggas. They already gonna get that, basically.
And that's another thing. Say Dad said, thought we was going because we was going to get them niggas. What that supposed to mean? Y'all was going to kill them niggas? No, Dad, you had beef with Suge. You was tired of his ass. You know, back then, you was a young YN. You an old YN right now. You know what they say with old niggas? They got that old nigga strength. That shit is true. A lot of motherfuckers be serious, but I just be taking it as a joke. I know I'm cock strong like an ox. Yeah, shit true. So just think if I stop smoking weed, it's over with. I'm gonna lay your ass out. I might be able to lay you out now. But just in case if I don't, I stop smoking this, you're gonna get your ass laid out. But this spinach be having me right. So, but on some real shit, I'm just trying to put these pieces together because I'm here and there. I'm here and there. It ain't shit ain't sitting right with me for this to be a death. It's sitting right with me like it was a movie. Shit crazy, Joe. Cause I'm really sitting here like motherfuckers say, man, Pac faked his death. Pac would have been came out. He got a big mouth. He can't stay quiet. Gotta change the narrative sometime in your life. You don't think when he got shot them 5 times in Quad Studio and he went to jail on top of that, you don't think that nigga was like, man, what the fuck? That nigga had what about 11 months, 9 months or something in jail that he sat, he had to think. Then he in there talking with his people, they getting in his head, letting him know what time it really is. And I'm talking about them BPs. Yeah, he was around Panthers. Don't get this shit twisted. You don't think Pac put that plan together in his head in jail? You don't think when he told his used to be wife, Keisha Morris, to go to Suge or get in touch with Suge to get him out of jail, come see him? Suge came and seen him and he laid that plan down to Suge in jail. This nigga signed his name on a piece of toilet paper as a contract. Make it make sense. Pac was with Interscope, which is Jimmy Iovine, who had Death Row. Jimmy. Well, I think he was a distributor. I ain't gonna say he owned Death Row, but you know what I'm saying. At the end of the day, Joe, motherfuckers ain't dumb, Joe. Y'all gotta think. They said Death Row was worth $500 million, if not a bill. So if Death Row, we just saying, if Death Row was worth $1 billion back then, you don't think niggas had money back then to fake a death? You don't hear Suge, aka Simon, joking around. I paid a motherfucker $3 million. You don't hear from him no more. He ain't been heard from. Don't nobody know where he at. He long gone. Make it make sense, y'all. Back then, I checked it. I couldn't find no crematory down there that did Pac body that quick. Could that picture that's supposed to be him on that autopsy table be him? Computer generated was back then too. Don't forget this. Pac was a man of many talents. Motherfuckers want to run with the narrative that, oh, he put his hands on a worldwide gang member, and you thought he was gonna live after that? How you know they wasn't up with the plate, you jackasses? They didn't get some money, and then motherfucker went to cover the play up and went to met up with each other and got that 60,000. Make it make sense. Motherfuckers do shit, Joe. Death Row had too much money. They was worth a bill. Somebody keep coming in my live, jumping in and jumping out. Bitch, state your business. The fuck is you? Don't just keep jumping in this motherfucker and leaving. Say something, motherfucker. You goat mouth motherfucker, you. Fuck wrong with you?
Corrupt tells the story and says, once he tells everybody they can't go to the fight and can't go to Vegas, turns around, Nate Dogg says, I'm going to go to Vegas. Just because I'm going to Vegas, I don't got to be around basically me and Pac. He said, as long as I ain't around them, I don't have to worry about getting shot or getting a stray bullet. And that you can go premeditated plan. Warren G says, when the fight was going on, he was watching at his house. Snoop came over to watch the fight. Snoop had a walkie-talkie. These walkie-talkies, you only got this walkie-talkie that I bought for security and the principal that security doing security with. And they worked on all the West Coast. So if you're an artist and you go into the mall or you go somewhere, they have a walkie-talkie, security have a walkie-talkie. If you're not going to an event with any of the security details, you don't have a walkie-talkie. Because I didn't buy that many because I wanted to be exclusive. They had them out who was needed. Are you there? Yes, I'm here. Yeah, so Snoop comes in, going to Warren G, and he got this big walkie-talkie. They start hearing the gunshots. When we getting shot, Snoop listening to it in real time. Pow, 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 all over the radio. That's when he tell him, hey, I gotta go. They just killed Tupac and shot Suge. How would you know? Nobody said that on the radio, you just heard the shots. Now, Reggie Wright Jr. and Michael Moore in the car. They get on the radio, and they say, hey, got him. Another guy gets on the radio, they say they think he's a white guy or lawyer, and they say, hey, don't talk on the walkie-talkies on the radio. Don't talk on the air. Right?
That's another thing. David Kenner. Plants and Death Row. Too much was going on. Suge took gangbangers off the street and hired them to work for the row to get paid. So these people feel like shit, they out here killing shit, selling drugs, pimping, and you saying they working for you? Plants that was set to death row. I think Suge knew, and I think the plan was for him to keep his people legit. You know, y'all can't be doing what y'all doing, Joe. We hot. We on fire. $1 billion company. Back then. We ain't talking about now. We ain't talking about all that bad boy shit. We ain't talking about none of that shit. We talking about Death Row Records. And I'm so mad because I wish Jermaine Dupri, what's his name? Jay Prince. It's a couple of more, few more others. Gotti, both Gottis. Um, I just wish everybody could have just merged as into one. If listen to me, if Death Row Records was a half a billion-dollar record company back then, I believe it. Because I didn't heard too many interviews of them tying Death Row Records off for money, and Death Row wasn't missing that money. Even though they went in the hole because of that shit. But if they'd have been going, that shit would have been replaced. And I think how money was taken, money was being replaced right back. It's just that with the collapse of Pac, you know, Dre, Snoop, you got all these top artists leaving and dying. So you gotta make shit make sense. And I'm not gonna leave out the Outlaws because the Outlaws play a big part in Tupac rap career. You know, they was a whole nother name before they was the Outlaws. You gotta do your research. And I'm gonna give you the name that it was before it was the Outlaws. It started with a D. And I'm gonna leave it as that. But it's just like with Snoop and Dog Pound, you had Pac and the Outlaws. But you gotta remember, see, this is where you bumbleclots is fucking up at. Pac was hot before he came to Death Row, Joe. He did a song for Bud Ram for Death Row. Remember, he wasn't even with Death Row. This is when he was going through his bullshit. Pain, to never take me alive. I'm getting high with this 4-5. Cocked on you suckers, time to die. Even there's a youngster causing ruckus on the back of the bus. I was a fool all through high school, kicking up dust, but now labeled as a troublemaker. Who can you blame? Smoking weed help me take away the pain, cause I'm hopeless. Rolling down the freeway, swerving, don't worry. I'm about to crash up on the curb, cause my vision's blurry. Maybe if they tried to understand me, what could I do? I had to feed my fucking family. What else could I do but be a thug? I'm hanging with the homies, fuck hanging with them phonies in the club. Got my mind on danger. Never been a stranger to homicide. My city full of gang bangers and drive-bys. Why do we die at an early age? He was so young, but still a victim of a 12 gauge. My memories of a corpse, mind full of sick thoughts. And I ain't going back to court, so fuck what you thought. I'm drinking Hennessy, running from my enemies without let it be. With so much pain. That's some hot shit. So my whole point is that if you could trick them, you could beat them. Pac didn't want to go back to jail. Pac didn't want to be around a whole bunch of niggas. That's just how I am. I don't want to be around like you motherfuckers like that. I mean, this ain't Diddy Cap. Pac like the females, like making music, like being seen on the big screen. Any real nigga with a brain. So now, you don't think a motherfucker with they big mouth putting shit out there that they ain't gonna want to get the fuck on because they the realest, and motherfuckers and try to take a motherfucker out. And I really do think with that quiet studio shit, like I said before, he wasn't supposed to get shot. He was just supposed to get roughed up and robbed, spanked, stay in your lane, be taught a lesson. I'm trying to tell you motherfuckers, when you dealing with a motherfucker with a militant mind, that's why when they was saying all this shit, he got raped in jail. If this nigga wasn't going with niggas up and guns on him, what make you think he finna in jail? Come on now. Come on. Make it make sense, y'all. It's just people couldn't stand that nigga because of his mouth, because of the truth. Niggas hate the truth. Niggas live off lies. Real shit.
So, to move things forward, maybe, I don't know if it was 6 months or however it was, since I've been in this prison right here. Somebody played that for me with Michael Moore said. So when I know the attorney David Kenner always says, you can be on your cell phone and people be talking like, hey, I'm talking on your cell phone. Somebody listen, they recorded and you can't do that. They're listening to you. So I know that's been saying, so jokingly, I told David, I said, hey, was that you on the walkie-talkie? Because that's your line, don't talk on the phone. Now you're the one saying don't talk on the walkie-talkie. So, that being said, David Kenneth goes this shook. I never had a walkie-talkie. I would never have a walkie-talkie. Would I need one for it? Never. So I'm saying, wow, he's so bent out of shape, but I was joking about it, right? I said, you never had a walkie-talkie? He said, that's not me talking on the walkie-talkie. I never said he was talking on the walkie-talkie. So that raised red flags, didn't think that much about it. So Kenner had sent some of my boxes and files to another attorney. Yeah, another attorney got them, right? At the time, he wanted the boxes back. That didn't make sense. So when we discovered a walkie-talkie in the boxes, you know, nobody puts something in the box that they're going through the exact same way. So the walkie-talkie, my guess, probably was in one box. When they looked at everything and read through everything, and they was asking me about the walkie-talkie, they put it in another box. Kenner, a guy named Steve that works for Kenner, went and grabbed the boxes from another lawyer he had. Went and stole the wrong boxes that the walkie-talkie was in, but we still got the walkie-talkie. I said, send me a picture of it. So on my tablet, they send photos, so they sent me a photo of the walkie-talkie. It blew me away. One part of me, it made my blood boil. Another part of me, I had seen Tupac face flash off in my mind. Like these motherfuckers involved with assassination. So, I tipped.
And your career is as long as a laundry list. And when you are at Interscope and just everything that you've done, the Rips, one of the most defiant artists in hip-hop has been Tupac. Can you tell us about that relationship that you have?
Well, yeah, Tom Wally was the president of Interscope. He signed Tupac. And we all had a good relationship with Tupac because he was...
See, Pac ain't here. I had to pause as I was listening, y'all. It's Jimmy. And like he said, Tom Wally signed Pac. I don't think Jimmy was up with that play. Somebody just sent something. And I'm gonna check it out, but I'm gonna check it out in a minute. I might have to come back. Like somebody said some crazy shit, but I'm gonna see in a minute. But anyway, back to what I was saying. I don't think Jimmy wanted Pac on death row. And again, you gotta remember, they signed Pac right to Interscope. Death Row was under Interscope umbrella. Pac sat back in jail and thought of shit. Motherfuckers say he was anxious, he wanted to hear it get out. Yeah, but I think he was on something else. He came, he saw, and he conquered. That's it, that's all. He got the fuck on.
He had all the right intentions, you know, and he got caught up in some stuff that he shouldn't have got caught up in. You know, he wasn't guilty of that crime at that time. You know, and it just.
Jimmy just said himself. He got caught up in some stuff that he shouldn't have, and he wasn't guilty of them crimes. Meaning you, Ayanna Jackson, whore. You let motherfuckers send your goof ass off. But that's the reason why you look crazy from back then on your interview with Dinu. You did. You was on that interview with Vlad, and you was looking crazy. You had you know who you look like? I'm gonna get a picture, your picture, and the hooker from the Bible. You know who that is? Jezebel. You like Jezebel, bitch. You like a modern day Jezebel smoking crack. Stop happening. You get a job. Felipe. Felipe, you need to go to school, you dumb fuck. I can't understand shit you talking about. You fucking my damn live up with this bullshit, you fuck face. Go on somewhere, Felipe. Been to smack the fuck out of you. I'm gonna call you Julio. But anyway, back to what I was saying. It was too many people up with this play that wanted him gone, dead, and motherfuckers that was up with the play for him to get the fuck on. It's 30 years later, and a motherfucker really don't know shit, and they trying to come out with shit. Again, the only real motherfucker that's living right now that can tell anybody about this shit is Suge Knight his damn self. You know, the one y'all call the Booger Man. I ain't gonna lie, Suge. I respect what you did with the road with Dre and them, Pac, Snoop, all of them. You wasn't gonna hang me over no shit. You wasn't finna make me drink no pee. Y'all was it. You'd have had to do what you had to do. You ought have had to die. Just like old boy that was the police officer that was banging your ex. Took him out there to the desert. That's what y'all had to take me somewhere. You wouldn't be able to drive. Y'all had to fly me there and drop my naked ass off. Because dude made it back. You did. I get it. You wasn't the killer nigga. It was to teach a nigga a lesson. You always did shit to teach niggas lessons. See, niggas like me from the city, Joe. How can I put this? Back then, 90% of the city crazy as hell. You know, the city now got what it got. And what I mean by that is the city is not the same like it used to be in the 70s, 80s, 90s, even the early 2000s. That's 4 generations. Shit got to get better.
The whole thing, he's got caught up, and he was a young guy without some tools that he needed to get away from where it was headed. He couldn't stop the train, and you know, we loved him, and he was it was a magic one. It was a glorious one.
Ax told me one day, I thought Andre did all the music all the go. All right, whoop. You know what Ax told me?
Huh?
People sent our demos in. Andre redo them. We redo the rap.
Yeah.
That's the song.
All right.
I took that same get out, so basically I took it from Easy and did the same shit. I took it from Easy and took it to another level.
All right.
And guess what? Jimmy Iovine sent me to prison and stole it from me.
Yep.
And Dre, you say Jimmy Iovine sent you to prison. You sent yourself because you knew it was entities that was bigger than you. You know, just like the Diddler, your homeboy Diddy. Y'all try to go against these people. You see where they had y'all at. People ain't playing. We put you in that cage. You can't get out of that cage. A few have tried, escaped, and either died or came back. You ain't going nowhere. So that's why I say back then, you was one of the richest niggas out here. Motherfuckers looked up to you, Suge. You had Death Row Records, The Row. Got too big headed. $1 billion ass company gone. Now you got this fool would want to sell it for $1 billion, so he could be a part of the little billionaire club. Do he got the right? Yeah. But it's all about royalties and masters. That's what we be trying to tell Buddy, you know. But on some real shit, yeah. I feel like the people that you come up with, family and people you call family, give them they shit. It ain't gonna be $1 billion no more if I give them this shit. Man, who give a fuck? Get them people they shit. Fuck wrong with you, dog? Get your mind right, dog. Real life shit piss me off. Rapping Forte.
Yo, what's up? You slick, fly, fox, you what? Yeah.
Y'all go over to Discretion TV. I like how this end is going.
Yeah.
Rapping Forte, talking to Pac, talking about he got away, he ain't died. That nigga had people he was fucking with, Joe. I'm telling you, y'all don't understand.
Yeah. It's Barney. Tell Simon before the Machiavelli, baby. Yeah.
Pulled the Machiavelli, baby. Nigga riding on them trays. Hey, that famous shit with the video, dude was supposed to drop the camera, but it was still playing, and he asked Tretch a serious question, is Pac still alive? You can see how the camera down on the ground and how Tretch movement of his feet is. When a nigga move and he stand on one foot on the pivot and pull that back heel up, a nigga trying to get his shit together when he get ready to tell his lie. Motherfuckers know he alive. Pac fuck with a lot of motherfuckers. He got a lot of motherfucking soldiers that's still in this game that fuck with him. And y'all think. Gotta think. They been clearing hip hop out. And I'm talking about back then, they was getting motherfuckers moved the fuck around. Anybody that was up with the bullshit that wanted Pac gone. I just wish they could have got that One Nation album out.
Touch can mean so.
Anyway, that's that for that. That's all I want y'all to go over to Discretion TV and check it out. Enter Machiavelli. And y'all go over to Discretion TV. I'm not gonna play this. I'll probably get ready to finish smoking. And I'm gonna lay back. Y'all go over to Discretion TV, go over to the channel, Joe. Like, share, and subscribe. Neckbone shot back at the Cadillac, not Buntry, after Tupac and Suge got shot. So go check that out. Now they saying it wasn't Buntry that shot back at the car. It was Neckbone. So this is one of the members, Pyru, with Death Row Records. He got a gun. You didn't think Suge was smart? These my boys. Come on now. They gonna bust. Fuck these fuckers. They probably up with the play to take me out. And a motherfucker gonna say, "Not bring your guns, Reggie." Y'all have a good night. I will be live first thing in the morning. With some other shit. Hey, Sky. Hey, Felipe, you have a good night, fucker. Get your mind right, bitch, when you come for me. Motherfucker hurt.